Hey YouTube, it's ShryphonX here. Today, we're going to be talking about Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo Chapter 4. Like and subscribe for more content. Tsurugi fights a Shikigami user like Yuta. Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo Chapter 4. This chapter, spanning 19 pages, begins with Usami finally revealing the truth about Maru's identity to the Okatsu siblings. However, they had already known this since Chapter 1 and had informed Usami, their superior, about it. Yuka urges Usami to disclose what he can now that they both know about Maru. Usami explains that the decision was made to keep the two sorcerers unaware that Maru is a special envoy from the Samuria people. With this matter settled, Usami announces that the three of them will collaborate on special high school missions. However, he whispers to Tsurugi, as a government official, that he cannot obtain all the details about the Samurians' plans. Therefore, he relies on Tsurugi to gather any information about the aliens from Maru. Maru apologizes for the secrecy, and Yuka is surprised by another similarity between them: their tendency to bow when apologizing. Usami expresses his frustration in not being able to join the siblings and Maru on their missions, likely due to his position as a government official. Considering the limited number of sorcerers, it seems that Usami might have been a teacher to the Okatsu siblings, who were appointed by the Japanese government. We transition to a scene featuring a little boy named Masaki, who is repeatedly called in class, much to the teacher's annoyance. It is revealed that Masaki has been repeating the first grade for 3 consecutive years. Usami suggests that this could be connected to sorcery, implying the possibility of an imposter or duplicate. Mino points out that the boy's height and voice remain unchanged over the years, which is unusual considering the inevitable changes. Yuka inquires about the possibility of an alien, but Maru dismisses it, explaining that Samurians grow similarly to humans, making it highly unlikely. Yuka asks Maru about his age, and he reveals that in Earth years, he is 19, much to Tsurugi's annoyance, as this makes Maru their senior. Yuka also struggles to respect Maru as a senior. We transition to an office employee named Suzuki, who happens to be Masaki's father, receiving numerous calls about his son. He appears just as stressed as the teacher, suggesting that Masaki's goal is to make 100 friends. We return to Yuka and Maru, with Maru wondering if Masaki even has friends. Additionally, we learn that the student with the same face as last year and the year before, along with their family, mysteriously disappeared when they moved up to the next grade. Notably, their face and address remain the same, but their name changes every year. Mino proposes a hypothesis: a curse user enrolls in disguise every year. This could imply that the curse user kills the previous family they enter. Mino also suggests that the curse user targets family-oriented rental properties, but the landlord seems absent. Mino theorizes that the curse user might be perpetrating these actions without any rational or logical explanation, such as being the same kid for 3 years and killing the disguise's previous family. This implies that while the mission is considered an investigation, the trio will likely confront the curse user. Mino acknowledges that he is no use in combat, which Tsurugi and Yuka agree with. This chapter reinforces everyone's growing lack of faith in Mino's abilities as a sorcerer. First, it was his superior Usami, and now 2 kids. The trio splits up as Yuka heads to the curse user's house, while Maru and Tsurugi head to the school. While Maru expresses concern about infiltrating a school, Tsurugi emphasizes the need to protect the kids, stating that they will have to fight the curse user. Tsurugi confronts Masaki in an intimidating manner, but the child, as one would normally do when encountering a frightening stranger, flees. However, Tsurugi sees no issue with his tough approach, as even if the curse user were an adult, he would still be running with childlike agility. Indeed, the boy stops in his tracks as he spots a large, shadowy figure approaching him. It's a Shikigami adorned with pins on its head and wearing a roll of wires or thread. Tsurugi worries that Maru might employ a cursed technique, as they want to avoid any incidents during this observation period. Oh, there'll be if we want a story. He recalls Usami's words, suggesting that humans are losing initiative against the aliens, and Maru is sent as a litmus paper to test human nature. Before any chaos ensues, Masaki apologizes to the two, revealing his backstory. 3 years ago, after returning home, his mother collapsed. When it was time for him to start second grade, Masaki asked his mother to keep him in the first grade. His mother, who had transformed into a ghost after her death, obliged, effectively cursing him to remain in the first grade. Tsurugi sees this story as similar to his grandfather Yuta Okatsu, who turned his deceased childhood friend Rika into a cursed spirit. Tsurugi then asks the boy for his real name, which is Masayoshi. He then requests the boy's guidance in leading them to his house to confirm something. Meanwhile, Yuka and Mino reach the house, which feels off to them. They dig up the front yard and uncover something. On Tsurugi's side, they seem to have found the corpse of Masayoshi's mother. It makes sense for the child to hide the body in the house, since he wouldn't be strong enough to do it alone. The boy asks where he will go since he has no family. Tsurugi suggests letting him join Jujutsu High to train his use of cursed energy, but Maru knows it's not that simple. Masayoshi will never have his home back again now that he's all alone. Maru, seemingly relating to the boy's circumstances, suggests that since Masayoshi has lost his home, which is filled with memories, he will never be able to fill the void in his empty life until he becomes someone's friend. Masayoshi asks what exactly a friend means. Maru explains that friends are companions who understand the significance of the things you cherish. Maru offers to be Masayoshi's friend. Yuka contacts Tsurugi, asking where he is, and Tsurugi responds by asking her sister the same. They both claim to be in Masaki's house, but they are actually in different locations. Yuka reveals that there are 5 corpses in the yard, indicating that this was a trap set for sorcerers. Yuka advises her brother that when he makes contact with Masaki, he must restrain him immediately, without any questions asked. Suddenly, Masayoshi throws Maru away, and the chapter ends as Masayoshi removes his flesh mask and asks Tsurugi if he has any friends. Editor's note: a sense of evil lurking beneath a mask. It's attacking. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe for more content. ShryphonX out.